Greetings, Earthlings. Today we're going to go over variations and final thoughts on free writing or a stream of consciousness. Alright, so first two variations. Before I get into these, make sure you know the original exercise and you can do it fairly well before trying these variations. So this might be of particular interest to teachers or just if you're bored. So variation one might be alternate with a friend. So you're going to be doing your free writing exercise and you're going to have a friend sitting next to you or a partner sitting next to you, and every, let's say, anywhere from like half a sentence to 2 sentences, you're going to take the paper and continue right from where they left off without taking a break. Now, obviously you don't want to do this every word, so you don't want to snatch the paper back and forth, and you don't want to wait for like 3 or 4 like half sentences or half a page. So you want to find a reasonable amount of time. What's reasonable? Both of you will kind of have an idea of like, okay, this is fun and this is a good amount of time, or it's too short or it's too fast. So my suggestion is anywhere from like a sentence to a sentence and a half, maybe 2 sentences should be fine. Finally, variation 2. So as you're doing this, someone, let's say a teacher, calls out words. So you might be writing and saying, I woke up and the word you hear called out is chicken. So you wouldn't write, I woke up and chicken. You would try to find a way of transitioning or flowing smoothly into the word chicken, such that the person reading won't even know that that word was ever called out. So that's your job. Whatever words are called out, this kind of makes it an extra challenge. See if you could just go straight into them, and as soon as you've gone into the word, then you're just doing your normal free writing until you get the next word called out. So these are just 2 ideas. Feel free to come up with your own or to vary these further. I'm just giving you these to you guys. All right, some final thoughts. I really love free writing. This is probably one of my favorite exercises of all time. It can help you do so much stuff. Specifically, it can help you generate ideas for short stories, essays, whatever. It doesn't even have to be writing. It could be, as we've discussed in the first part, you could, be involved in like music and jamming, which is a form, or like improvisation, which is a form of free writing, and just use it to generate ideas. So if you're stuck and you're like, I don't know what to write, I have some assignment due, I have no ideas, try doing this exercise and you might find that you've come up with something really unusual, funny, exciting, whatever. Alright, finally, it can also be a great meditation or relaxation if you're stressed or just want to get into the zone. It could be really fun. Don't tell teachers I said this, but if you're bored, I don't want to get in trouble, but if you're bored and you just want to try it, you could be on public transportation somewhere, you have nothing to do, try this exercise, it might be fun. Finally, this is more for teachers, but it's also, or parents, this is a really good writing diagnostic. So we said that in doing free writing, you want to just go for it, don't worry about if it's right or wrong, you just write whatever comes to your head. And in doing that, we're seeing more of your natural tendencies, whether it's grammar, phrasing, vocabulary, whatever. So when someone's asking you to write an essay, you're usually trying to be careful because you don't want to make a mistake. And so sometimes if you're not sure on how to do something, you're purposefully going to avoid doing it. But here, because your sort of defenses are down, we get to see more of your natural tendencies, and we can more quickly pinpoint what you may need to work on. So this linear variety thing just deals with an example. So let's say in your free write you wrote, I went to the store, then I went there, I don't like cheese doodles, I like doing this, maybe I like doing that, sometimes I like doing that. So it's very linear. It's like dot 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 dot. I like doing this, later I will do that. There's not a lot of variety, it's a little bit choppy. So whereas something that's not linear might be, I went to the store, and then you might have something such as while there. So it's not like I went to the store, then I did something. It's I went to the store, while there I discovered something, upon discovering something. So there's a little bit more of a web in your writing. It's a little more interesting. So keep an eye out for this. This can help indicate issues you may have in your writing. Another point, this is not just for beginners. This exercise of free writing can be done by beginners and professionals. So also, there's not a clear distinction. This is more of a scale. You don't suddenly one day wake up a professional. So the more you do this, the better you get at it. You never get to a point where you've completely mastered it and it's not at all useful. I like to think of it like eating. if you ate yesterday, you might say, well, look, I already ate for like 400 days in a row, so I've mastered eating. I don't need to eat anymore. So that's, you guys can see the issue with that. So the more you come back to this, you'll find that you keep improving more and more, and you're able to flow better and better with this exercise, and you also come up with funnier stuff. All right. So finally, I encourage you guys to try this at least 4 or 5 times. This is a bare minimum. You might want to try this dozens of times, hundreds of times. But if you've not even tried it this many, you probably haven't really gotten into the real spirit of the exercise. Also, you may want to try it with longer periods of time, such as 10 or more minutes, like 10 to 15 minutes. If you're only doing it for 2 or 3 minutes, you may have trouble getting into the pure flowing state. And so by the time you start finally not being critical of your writing, the time is up. So like for when I do this, sometimes it takes me 5 minutes just to get somewhere halfway decent into the free write. All right, so that's just a little bit of a tip. Also, okay, if you've come up with something really great, I really encourage you guys to share it, particularly if it's really funny, because, well, you'll be spreading entertainment all around. All right, I'll see you guys in the next video.